Everyone, Father Jared coming to you. Journey before destination or journey over destination. I recently heard this in a podcast I was listening to, and I thought the point that they were trying to make was really was great in the sense that I think so often we get caught up in, well, finally whenever I get to this point, as people make life decisions, like right now, I'm sure there's a number of high school seniors, college seniors, people in all different walks of life who are thinking, well, once I get to graduation, then life begins. Once I get that job I've always wanted, once I get to move here, or once I get to do this, that, or even sometimes, even in waiting for priesthood or religious life, there can always be this sense of, whenever I finally get to that point, then I'll be happy, life begins. And, that's a really insufficient view of how life works. Because part of the waiting is part of the journey, and waiting is part of what makes this whole thing worthwhile. And so whenever we say journey before destination, it means, well, whenever we ask ourselves, well, where does God want me? Well, for right now, he wants you where you are. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't make goals, you shouldn't make plans to change careers, to pursue your vocation, quite obviously. I mean, if you're thinking about being a priest, pursue the priesthood. If you feel the Lord's put in your heart to be religious, pursue that. The Lord's put in your heart to get married, let the Lord work that in your life, and so on and so forth. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that so often we focus on, well, a year, a month, tomorrow, now. We need to learn to love in the present moment. We need to learn to find joy in our present situation, to find joy in all the circumstances of life. That is something that St. Paul exhorts us to rejoice always. And it doesn't mean we don't experience normal ups and downs of life. It doesn't mean that we don't encounter difficulties, sorrow, tribulations. But what it does mean is that in any of those situations, if we simply let go and allow God to do what he wants to do in that moment, something good will come out of it. You can see this in the past year. Either we could be really, really frustrated about the situation which you find yourselves in. That's very, very understandable. I've been there many, many times. At the same time, whenever we allow the Lord to work in that moment, to ask him, what are you trying to teach me? What opportunity is in this situation? Then we begin to allow the Lord to work that miracle in our hearts, that no matter the circumstances, whether we achieve the goals that we want to achieve or whether the Lord has different plans, that we're going to find meaning, we're going to find joy. I think happiness is kind of a silly thing to pursue, in that happiness is this pursuit of this state where we'll be at perfect contentment and we'll just be able to continue on that for the rest of our lives, and that's just not how it works. Instead, finding joy, and oftentimes joy, those moments of happiness, come rather unexpectedly. They come in the strangest forms, surprises that the Lord gives to us. And so I think it's really important that the journey before destination, that is, focus on the next step ahead. Put one step in front of the other. Yes. Pursue your vocation. Make plans to improve your life. Try to improve your family. Try to improve your parish. Try to, so on and so forth. Yes. But also learn to just simply take in what the Lord is doing in the present moment for you. Take in what he wants to do for you in your life. Because whenever we allow him to do that, whenever we allow him that opportunity, whenever we just give him, as Father Hess likes to say, that if we give him the crude material of our life, he can do something amazing with it. And that has always been my own experience. That the Lord delights in using wherever we are, even if we don't think it's quite where we're supposed to be, to bring about joy, but also bring about his plan and allow and enables himself to work in our hearts, the hearts of those around us, And so I think it's really important for us to always take stock of that, to always keep moving forward. This isn't an exhortation to remain content with where you're at, but instead it's an exhortation to keep moving forward, but to also enjoy that journey forward, to take it in as you're moving forward, to allow the Lord to work in your present moment so as to move you into the next stage of life, so as to allow him to prepare you perhaps for what he has next. You know, if you're preparing for college, take advantage of your time in high school right now to prepare yourself for that experience. If you're preparing for a new career, allow your present career to teach you how to be a better employee, how to improve your trade better. If you're preparing for marriage, allow your experience of singleness right now to be an opportunity for you to develop your relationship with the Lord so that whenever you get introduced to your future spouse, that you're ready for that moment. You're ready to enter in a relationship, friendship with that person, and then also bring Jesus Christ into that relationship because you've already gotten to know him. If you're preparing for, priesthood, religious life, also take in where life is at right now. I'm always amazed at how the Lord has been able to use my experiences growing up, my work career, and so many other things that just happened to me along the way in seminary even, to impact the lives of my parishioners, of those I've served as a priest. And so I think it's important for us to allow the Lord to work in those moments, to enjoy that, to take delight in it, allow him to take delight in us, but then keep moving forward, keep seeking the heart of our Lord with all that we have. So enjoy the journey while seeking the destination of heaven.